So J-Fashion is simply just an abbreviation of Japanese fashion. I think the easiest way to view it is kind of how goth fashion is one large thing, but it kind of narrows down into smaller and smaller subcultures. Japanese fashion is the exact same, where it's just all the fashion that comes out of Japan and then goes down into subcultures. Ours, definitely not. Online, no. I find it can be very competitive. You constantly see like infighting between subcultures.
Yeah. In the 2010s, the Lolita community used to be like notorious. Even like people outside of J-Fashion spaces would know about the Lolitas in the 2010s for being really mean. But nowadays, it's shifted to different areas.
I think it's definitely become more inclusive than it has competitive.
Yeah, I would say like overall the J-Fashion community has become like less competitive, but there are still the areas.
Yeah, online you might have a bit more pushback, but online communities are very supportive. The IRL communities are definitely incredibly supportive.
The support is much higher than the hate which you can possibly face. However, I will say that unfortunately the J-Fashion community has a very big problem with things like racism and fat phobia and colorism. Like, lots of people of color face really, really shitty experiences in the online community, but thankfully it has been getting better in recent years, but it's still something which needs to be addressed. And the same thing goes with fat phobia. Like, things have been getting better for fat people in the J-Fashion community, thankfully. Like, there's more places for us to shop from, and also there isn't as much of a pushback against fat people getting into these fashion styles as there was in, for example, the 2010s.
The community with J-Fashion is incredibly important to me. It really means a lot, especially with sometimes the harassment that you can get dressing in this kind of fashion, being able to have other people that understand or like happy. Like, we love to go out in our little outfits together.
It's so much nicer being able to hang out with other people who understand, because like it makes it more comfortable to just exist rather than constantly looking around being like, oh my god, this random teenage boy is staring at me, what the hell. And you have to speed walk down Queen Street and St. Mary Street. In fact, I avoid St. Mary Street in the day, like, completely. I can't go there when I dress in J-Fashion.
One of the kind of other things that's a bit annoying, it's when we do have our full meetups, we'll get more harassment as a full group than we will, say, as individuals.
Yeah.
Which makes sense, considering it'll be a considerable number of us parading down, but especially like on weekends when you know it's going to be school kids out and about. Yeah. Their parents aren't going to be around, and they think they're a lot stronger and a lot bigger than they think they actually are. The only things I would change about J-Fashion is obviously like the colorism that we have, the racism that we have, like the size inclusivity that we could have a lot more.
We are seeing a change. It's just very slow.
It'll get there.
Yeah, it will get there. I'm hopeful. It's just we have to keep pushing.
And obviously, like, the issue of harassment, that's not something we can really change on our end. It's not our fault that people look at us and they see us dressing differently and they're like, oh, what's that? What's that thing over there? But it is what it is. It's what we like and it's what we want to do, so.
Exactly.